So I've done a whole ton of videos showing this case off, as well as my finished setup and what it's looked like. However, what I really haven't shown is how the experience was to build inside of this case. Of course, the computer's built and assembled and it's moving at the moment, and I really don't want to take it down, but I'll definitely take off the side panels and show you what's inside. First of all is the GPU. There's more than enough space to put this size of GPU inside here, and you can still accommodate a lot more space if you take out that little hot swap bay there. The GPU, I also put on a tiny fan to help cool it, as this helps lower the temperature by a good 7 to 8 degrees on idle. The GPU has very good spacing, and the case supports a full-sized motherboard as well as 4 GPUs, all in SLI or Crossfire of your choice. Next up would be the motherboard sizing and mounting. It was perfect like you'd mount in any other case, and there is a lot of space for an ATX, MATX, or eATX board. The cooler wasn't much of a problem either. Now, of course, there is this awkward bend which makes one of the pipes go upwards and the other go downwards, but I just kind of let that slide. I was able to mount a 360mm radiator in the top like nothing, and there's still more room that way for a 480mm if you're planning to do custom liquid cooling. Also, if you're doing custom liquid cooling, there's so much space for radiators and stuff, it is insane. Another thing to take into quote is if you're a crazy mastermind, one thing that I could see happening is running pipes out the back and mounting 2 radiators on the outside of here and on the other side, and then interlinking them on the outside of the case. That's a crazy experiment for another day. As far as cable management, the only real complaint I have is that the top cable right there, the mounting was very tight considering that there was this radiator going there. The motherboard cable, easy because there's the grommets. Some of the cable tying down was a bit hard. As you can see at the bottom I have this huge cluster, just because there's not too many ways to route all these tiny cables, because they're made for a smaller case. Power supply mounting is also pretty efficient, as you don't have to move the fan that's currently there to put one there. Now, if you're not going the route that I'm going with this 1000 watt power supply, but you suck a lot more battery than I do, you could fit 2 power supplies, one in the front, one in the back. Azza is willing to send you a cable if you so partake in ordering one that will give you this pass-through right here and comes with all the mounting hardware. I've not needed it because of course I'm not going to mount another power supply because I went with 1000 watts of gold power. For cable management, that's another story. Of course, like I said, there was that issue up there at the top. All of the cables will fit in the back. It's pretty easy to tie them down, especially with all the tie down space that they give you. There's little spaces underneath and in the grommets to slide cables out. Of course, some of the cable management and mounting was a bit hard, like I said, because these cables are meant for a smaller case, and of which I have a big one here. One thing that's really good is the azza case comes with a lot of variety. It has 2 USB 2 and 3.0s, and your onboard audio, which I had no problem setting up. They both work, and it's fine. Currently I have a Western Digital Black 1TB hard drive in here for now, as well as my boot 120GB SSD. The case is just really good. It comes with that 140mm intake, as well as one right here, which is a 120. You have space to mount 3 more, as the case comes with this one on here, and this side panel is basically mirrored. Side panel is very nice. It's a giant side panel that has a humongous window. I can imagine just making this case into a really nice art piece, which is what I essentially tried to do. The case, of course, comes with that front 90mm blue fan, a 230mm blue fan at the top, 200, sorry, as well as a couple more black fans in the case, such as this back exhaust one. My case definitely does have a lot of exhaust. I've been trying to level out the intake, and so far it's been working. If you're going to build in this case, I think you'll have a good time, and especially if it's your first build, this is a very good case to learn cable management as well as building, as the motherboard tray slides out to become a test bench. Hope you guys enjoyed this little look through, and bye.